Angie's List is now Angie, and caring for your home just got easier. Whether you need help with routine maintenance or a dream remodel, Angie makes it easy to see reviews, compare quotes, and connect with top local pros who can get the job done right. Plus, you can see upfront pricing and instantly book hundreds of projects. No phone tag, just the work you need done at a time that works for you. Angie's got your to-do list covered from start to finish. Book your next home project today at Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. This week, our loud and local band of the week is Wimps.
I got other people's pizza. In my mind, I want other people's pizza. All of the time. So good, I want other people's pizza. Only if it's cheap.
Our loud and local band of the week, Wimps. You want to get more info about how you can get their music, where they be playing?
These guys are awesome, and you can check them out. They're going to be at the Southgate Roller Rink on March 1st, so mark that in your calendar.
And don't forget, go to the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. That's where you can get all the info. And Sunday nights, 10 o'clock, 2 solid hours of all local music. Great bands like Wimps. It's Friday!
It's Friday! Woo!
Gotta get down. Friday. Yeah, buddy!
Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Weekend!
Friday! Getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying.
Yeah! Yeah!
Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you have a fun weekend. Set out to do whatever you do. I don't know.
Thanks, buddy.
All that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have a fun weekend plan to do whatever you do, Rev?
I'm going to do absolutely nothing. I don't think I'm doing anything this weekend.
The man about town is taking a break?
Yeah, it'll be one of those old traditional no pants weekends, I feel.
Really?
Yeah.
Man about
delightful.
town. Maybe 51 weekends of the year. He's doing stuff.
I can't wait until he becomes the old man about town and then the no pants weekend is in town.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he's just no pants on the porch yelling at kids.
Yeah. Can't wait for those days.
I'm kind of stoked for that too. Let's do it.
Oh, you're getting it.
Let's do it this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get to our contestant. We got Rachel and Renton to take on Steve. Rachel, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning,
Rachel.
What's she playing for today, Steve?
Rachel's playing for a pair of tickets to check out the Tea Party over at the Neptune Theater on May 14th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. If you want to check out the Tea Party, get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Rachel will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Rachel, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Okay, I think so.
In the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast, what is the name of Gaston's sidekick?
Oh. Pass.
What animal has the largest ears?
Elephant?
Yes. Who came up with the theories of general and special relativity?
Einstein.
Yes. In sports, what does MVP stand for?
Most valuable player.
Yes. What is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust?
Copper?
No.
Gold.
No. No. Which Pixar movie has a house that was set afloat by balloons?
Oh, pass. Dang it.
Whom did Bill Clinton defeat in the 1996 presidential election?
Al Gore?
No.
Oh, man, I forgot the guy's name. Pass.
Who played the role of Jack Donaghy on the TV show 30 Rock?
Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Yes. What New York Yankee was nicknamed Mr. October?
Oh, no idea.
All right.
Pass.
4 correct. No, you don't suck.
I suck.
No.
See, I like Rachel. She's
I
a
won
realist.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, it's usually how that happens. And you know
Rachel.
what? I mean, there have been people who have done far, far worse than you. You didn't have to hang up in the middle because you knew how bad you did.
Rachel, see, don't. Rachel knows what the reality of life
I'm
is.
trying to lift
It's
her
reality.
spirits up.
I listen every day. I understand what's going to happen.
Rachel. Yeah, she can't get stronger unless we really. That way, she can challenge herself to be better.
You know what? She's got a strong, pragmatic look at life. So, good
I
on
have
you, Rachel.
children, and I should know all of those Disney things, and I do, and it's harder at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
That's the spirit.
Now you know what it's like to be a guy.
Harder at 6 in the morning? Morning?
Oh, yeah, where you were going with that? I totally missed that. I thought you were actually just saying it's hard to get up in the morning. Now I know what you really mean.
There you go.
Wow. Jeez, you dirty bird.
Hey, Steve, are you ready?
All right.
In the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast, what is the name of Gaston's sidekick?
Robin.
No.
Gaston.
No.
Woodpecker.
No.
Yeah, that's it.
What animal has the largest ears?
Oh, that'd be a elephant.
Yes.
Dumbo.
Who came up with the theories of general and special relativity?
Einstein?
Yes. In sports, what does MVP stand for?
Most valuable player.
Yes.
Yes.
What is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust?
Iron.
No. Gold. No.
Diamond.
No. Which Pixar movie has a house that was set afloat by balloons?
Up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whom did Bill Clinton defeat in the 1996 presidential election?
Bush.
No.
Bush.
Oh, no, that's a problem. Mondale?
No.
Dukakis.
No. Who played the role of Jack Donaghy in the TV show 30 Rock?
Ooh. I can see the guy. Isn't he coach also? Crap. I'm going to go Robert Zemeckis.
No. Wow, Steve, you got 4 correct. Rachel, you didn't do so bad because you guys tied.
Yeah, see, Rachel?
The movie was up. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, the movie was up.
Luckily, we reward for mediocrity around here, Rachel. Good
John
job.
T. Nelson.
No.
I'm
that'd be
so happy to be mediocre today.
Yeah. But you guess what? You get those tickets to the Tea Party at the Neptune Theater on May 14th, so congrats to you.
Hey, thanks. That's awesome.
You hang on, Rachel. We'll tell you how to get your prize.
It's Craig T. Nelson,
yeah.
and no, he wasn't Jack Donaghy.
No, who was on 30 Rock? Do you remember anybody on 30 Rock?
What was the kid's name? Malcolm.
No. No. How about any actors? Do you remember any actors on 30 Rock?
Yeah, it's John Lithgow.
Wow.
No, you're Third Rock from the Sun, you're thinking.
Oh, Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she
Tina
didn't
Fey
play
did not-
Jack Donaghy.
She didn't play Jack Donaghy.
Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now I know what you were doing. I didn't know what was
Third Rock
happening.
from the Sun. Yeah, he was freaking out about that.
That's why I'm
Okay.
like, what is wrong with you?
That was what I was thinking, too.
Okay.
It's like, what the
I
heck
thought
is
you
wrong?
said Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah, he said 30 Rock.
You shouldn't do that. That's confusing.
And it was.
Sorry.
They were both, I believe, on the same network.
I think they were both on NBC, yeah.
Very confusing. Good job, Steve.
Who did Bill Clinton defeat in the 1996 election?
I do not remember who I beat in the election.
Oh, I was like, who are you doing that? So you don't know.
Crap, I'm really stumped on
I'm
this.
drawing a blank, too.
Was it Nader?
No.
Was it Nate?
No, he was in the 2000 election,
okay.
so no, because I voted for him.
Bob Dole.
Yes, Bob Dole.
I thought about Penn Man.
Bob Dole. I'm Bob Dole. That's
Pen
right.
Man.
Bob, no.
Remember,
is
he
Penn Man.
always had a pen in his hand.
Oh, that's because he had a bad hand.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm Bob Dole.
The most abundant metal in the Earth's crust. I love that everyone's going with the precious metals that are less abundant because that's why they're worth more with gold and such.
Gold.
No, the most abundant one?
It's got to be iron.
No.
Like I said,
No.
it's got to be smagnesium.
Robert Downey Jr.
Is it copper? Did we say copper?
You said copper like 4 times. It's aluminum.
Cubic zirconium.
Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Aluminum's the most abundant metal?
Yeah, that's why it's
Oh.
in everything, and we use it for everything.
Oh, no wonder I got all that foil. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Earth's core.
And I think the only person in this room that's going to know who the sidekick to Gaston is Vicky.
Is it? I can never pronounce it. Le Foy, Le Fleur, Le Four,
Le Fou.
Le Fou.
Le Fou.
Le Fou you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pepe, not Pepe Le Fou.
Le Fouille.
Oh, congratulations to Rachel on tying Steve and thus getting the prize.
Yeah, sometimes, you know what, 4 is all you need. If you tie or beat Steve, you get the prize. That's how it works.
That sucks.
Yeah, damn it, man. We were so close. If she
30
just remembered-
Rock.
And she's a Disney person. Like, she's got kids and she forgot Up. She didn't know Up and she didn't know the
I'm not even a Disney person, but I remember Up.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Up was a good film.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, growing up, I never knew LeFou's name. I just knew him as the fat guy that hung out with Gaston.
Yeah, and I...
Way to shame him.
I mean, he was funny.
I think Beauty and the Beast was the first of the Disney movies that our kids were no longer like young enough to watch, or care.
Oh.
Aladdin is the last one I remember that the kids were like, we got to go see this movie. And I think Beauty and the Beast came out much after Aladdin, right? Are we talking 5-10 years after Aladdin? I don't know. Yeah.
So I'll take your word for it.
Do you guys know this actor Kevin Zegers?
I don't, but I was reading a story about him this morning, and then I started watching some stuff just to kind of get an idea of who this guy is. I still have no idea who he is.
Yeah,
I don't watch any of these shows that he's in.
He's in Dirty John. He was a Gossip Girl. I don't know any of I don't know those shows. So yeah, but I guess now he's got to defend himself. Lots of criticism over this video he posted, which it really sucks because if you're a performer in this world, you are encouraged to be active on social networks. You're encouraged to post videos of your personal life.
Especially, I didn't realize this. You kind of just take social media for granted. I'd like to actually, but for up and coming actors, not big name A-list stars, Instagram followers and the number of people you have on your Instagram is actually an important thing.
Yeah,
because in the eyes of certain people in Hollywood, granted, not like the super A-level movies, I don't think someone's going to get a gig as an actor because they have 100,000 followers on Instagram, but probably for like smaller roles, they're like, hey, what's your social media presence?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, figuring that they can get the word out as long as they're decent enough to be able to not wreck the movie, why not have somebody with a high social media presence in it?
Right. It shows popularity, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and Kevin, may be following the line that Steve's talking about, and reason being is he does a lot of posted something personal. This was his wife, Jamie Feld, who was filming, asking their 3-year-old twin girls, what is daddy? That was the question. They said, she's filming their girls, hey, what is daddy? And they replied, an alcoholic. And I haven't heard so I don't know the tone, if this was meant to be funny or if it was just what it was meant to be.
It's interesting. When you read it on paper, you're like, whoa. But when you hear the audio, I think you're going to have a different opinion.
Hi, Zoe. What is your name?
Zoe.
Zoe what?
Madison Zika.
And what is daddy?
And the alcoholic.
Okay, great. And then Blakey, you want to stand next to her and tell us your name. What is your name?
Blakey Emily Ziegler.
Okay, and what is daddy?
Alcoholic.
That's right. So where is daddy right now?
Alcoholic.
An Alcoholics Anonymous meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very bizarre just because
they're
sounds
cute as hell while they're saying it.
And obviously at 3 years old, I don't know if they really completely understand what the heck is going on. I don't know why she did that video, but I also don't know why so many people are upset.
Yeah, I have no idea what the intention is behind them doing something like that, but it didn't bother me. I think the bigger issue is that these kids announce their last name, and it's a rather easy last name.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. What is their last name?
Zegers.
Zegers. That's what she was trying to say.
Yeah.
You're right. She couldn't pronounce it. I totally forgot.
Zegers. Come on, kid.
Zegers should
you
be
can say
easy
alcoholic,
enough.
no problem.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the kids did stumble over Anonymous, though.
I think they both did.
At 3 years old, I'm still going to give those kids flying marks because at least they can understand questions.
Yeah.
Lots of backlash on the post. Kevin himself brushed it off, writing, quote, being in recovery is a part of my life. Being an alcoholic doesn't mean that I drink. Quite the contrary. When I'm not home for bedtime, my girls often insist of knowing where I am. Instead of lying to them or projecting an archaic stigma, we choose to tell them the truth. Daddy's at a meeting. He added, quote, our hope is that we teach our girls some empathy and understanding about addiction. I will say that Mom sounded really like a little overly bubbly, but what else? I mean, what else would they be putting that up for except for what he says?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the uproar is about this. I don't know how it's hurting the kids if they say something along those lines. And he seems very open about his battles with alcoholism. I saw an interview he did with George Stroumboulopoulos, if I pronounce his name.
Are you sure it wasn't Zegers?
Good old Strombo. Yeah. He does great. He's awesome. He's a Canadian broadcaster, and he was interviewing the guy. And he's just like, look, man, I need to be accountable, and this is just not about the kid thing, but just about being an alcoholic and having alcohol issues. Like, as soon as I became sober, I realized life got a lot better, and opportunities started opening up in acting, and it's, it was like basically like a simple solution, but it's so difficult for so many, including him, to stay sober.
Yeah, and
but life has improved because of his sobriety. So maybe this is a badge of honor for him in a sense. Like, you know what? Yeah, I'm an alcoholic, but that doesn't mean I'm a drunk.
Well, people are so happy to show you their coins.
Yeah,
when they have so many days of sobriety. And I feel like, this is an admirable thing as well, because the toll that addiction takes on family members, when you're like, yeah, where is daddy? Where is mommy? Because it's possible they could be relapsing. I mean, that is always a possibility. And an alcoholic will tell you they are an alcoholic their entire life, whether they have another drink or not. That is what they call themselves. It's that's at every meeting. Hi, my name is, Kevin. I'm an alcoholic. It doesn't matter how long they've been sober.
Some people are bringing up something, and I wonder if this could be the point of contention for some, is that permission or not, videos like that are against the AA tradition. So much for it being anonymous. Alcoholics Anonymous, the word anonymous is in it. We try not to do any sort of promotion, try not to be a representative of the organization. I'm wondering if that's where some of the outrage is coming from.
Oh, okay.
Which is a
that I can understand.
Point.
Yeah.
But it's not like saying, if he's willing to admit to his issues, it's not like he's saying, hey, I'm going to Alcoholics Anonymous. I always think it's odd when people will tell you that they're at Alcoholics Anonymous and mention a person that's there as well.
That to me is wrong.
And I'm like, so much for them. Does that person know that you're mentioning them? If they do, cool. But if not, that seems a little weird.
Now, granted, look, I'm not fighting any kind of addiction, so I've never been to these meetings as a participant, so I can't speak as a person that can tell you, well, here's what it should happen. But I think as we get more and more open with social media, like we talked about, I think that the Alcoholics Anonymous paradigm is going to have to shift a little bit, because openness and talking about your issues, substance abuse is so heavily tied to mental health. Mm-hmm. And people are saying we've got to end the stigma. We've got to talk about it. We actually ourselves don't have to be anonymous, but I agree that you shouldn't talk about somebody else if they don't
respect their privacy.
Yeah, if they want privacy, let them have it. But I don't think he should be under fire for deciding I'm going to be a visible, open example of somebody who's managing his addiction properly, because first of all, I'm a public figure and I get to choose to be anonymous or not. I think you should get to choose your anonymity. You don't get to choose somebody else's, but you should get to choose yours if you want.
And the video is weird because I think knee-jerk, your first instinct is, that's weird. Like, that's messed up.
It is.
But when you hear it and you see these kids, I mean, I don't know, they seem very happy, and they seem like they're very well loved by their parents, and he's trying to create an environment in his home where they're honest and upfront about things, as opposed to, as we grew up, many of us, issues were just kind of swept under the carpet and nobody talked about things, and maybe that's probably why people battle alcoholism or drug abuse or whatever it may be. And here he is trying to break that cycle and just be like, look, this is who I am. I'm not embarrassed by it. I'm accountable for it, and my kids know about it.
Yeah, I
don't understand what the harm is.
Yeah, I'm with you, Steve. I'm 100% with you on that one. Well, someone on Reddit asked people to name the nicest thing that a stranger has ever done for them. And some of the stories are awesome. As a matter of fact, there's a story out there from the social networks that really created an amazing situation out of what was originally a trolling incident. I'm going to tell you all about these at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a thread on Reddit going viral after someone asked people to name the nicest thing that a complete stranger has ever done for them.
Okay.
And there's a lot of good ones on here. One is about a guy who was at a bar with his girlfriend, and this random dude walked up and said they seemed like a sweet couple. So he handed him 2 free tickets because he said, he couldn't go. So he just gave him the tickets. Turned out they were front row seats to see Prince.
Oh, wow.
Didn't charge him, just gave them to him. It's pretty awesome.
That's one of my favorite things. A lot of times I've done it with wrestling, and I've done it also with concerts as well. Just sometimes at work we get an abundance of tickets. Not often, but sometimes there's extras left over, whether it be listeners didn't pick them up or whatever. And if I'm going to a show, I'll ask, hey, do you have any extras? I'll take them. And I always find someone that's about to go to the ticket window to purchase the tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'll run into someone at the show that maybe is in the 300 level, and I'm like, hey, where you sitting? They tell me, I'm like, hey, I have this extra pair. Do you want to be in the 100 level? And then they give me $30-$40, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Beer. I mean that's your time handling charges.
Right. Right. I mean, it's not all no good deed. Yeah. No, but it's really fun to see the reaction of somebody's face when you're just handing them something and you're not asking for anything in return.
Yeah, you're Santa like all year round when you do that.
And it's no skin on my nose. I mean, it's not like I bought them. So I'm not really being that good of a guy. I just got some free tickets. I'm just like, here, they might as well go to good use.
Still think you should probably charge a little bit. Come on.
Hey, come on.
For the effort, for the effort.
Buy me a pretzel at least.
Something.
Bring it to me. This is where I'm sitting.
Now, it's timely that this was happening on Reddit because this just happened on social media and on Twitter specifically. Everybody knows Patton Oswalt, actor, comedian. He's had real tragedy in his life. Lost his wife not too long ago.
Yeah.
And, Patton, he's really, really, really talented. I think when he comes to being interviewed, sometimes it's tough for him depending upon what's going on. I always want to really like the guy, even though we haven't always had the best interaction with him. But we
had one bad interview. He admitted it was bad. We can move on.
Yeah, exactly. I still dig the guy.
He wasn't a jerk. He just wasn't. Yeah.
And actually, in my career, he's been really good to me. I don't think he remembers. It's too bad because I think he would have been nicer in the interview. Because I love what the guy did for me early in my radio career. But he was posting politically about what's going on. I'm not going to talk about what he's posting because I don't want this to be about politics. Because really, what this is about people that don't agree with each other. So he posts, makes a political statement. Somebody from the other side basically doesn't agree with him, and they post by saying, "I just realized why I'm so happy that you, Patton, died in Blade Trinity." So, Patton says, here's what I believe politically.
Right.
This guy disagrees and then, really goes the extra mile by going, boy, I'm so happy your character died in Blade Trinity.
That's a funny, though.
Yeah.
He didn't say, I'm happy you're sick or something bad happened to you. It's just, I'm happy your character died.
So, Patton hit back by saying, quote, "I get told this at least twice a week by your supporters. It always makes me smile, and I'm grateful and blessed." But after looking at this dude's profile, Patton Oswalt saw that he was a Vietnam vet, struggling to pay medical bills for sepsis and diabetic diabetic stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's the doctor's terms.
Yeah, and so and the dude who that Patton was in this situation with, this dude had a GoFundMe page because he was trying to get medical bills paid for all the stuff going on with him that he can't afford, and Patton tweeted something pretty amazing. Again, this guy attacks, kind of, sort of. I mean, they disagree on Twitter. And Patton Oswalt says, you know what? This dude just attacked me on Twitter. And I joked back. But then I looked at his timeline, and he's in a lot of trouble health-wise. I'd be pissed off, too. He's been dealt some S cards. Let's deal him some good ones. And ever since then, this dude's crowdfunder has been just going crazy with donations. And now he's got over $28,000 on there. And a lot of it is because of the fact that Patton Oswalt said, look, even though this guy fought on the internet, this guy really could use your help.
Dude, that's awesome. And it's a valuable lesson in life that when you're going to insult a celebrity, make sure you have a GoFundMe for something.
Yes.
With hopes that they're going to reciprocate by helping you raise money.
And the dude who fought with Patton, he said, quote, "I want to thank everyone who came to my aid with generous outpourings, and also to Patton Oswalt, without whom I would not be the recipient of so much love and support." They do say, man, you kill him with kindness, and he's probably right. A dude that's going through medical issues, everything is heightened in your life, including anybody who disagrees with you.
Well, I say, whenever someone's an angry person, and you try and think that, sometimes people are just trolls for the sake of being trolls, but sometimes people are angry on the internet because something in their life is making them angry.
You're right.
And you gotta have to remind yourself of that when they come at you with such vitriol. There's something in their world that's making them that mad. Doesn't make it right or anything like that, but, just kind of take it with a grain of salt sometimes. I'm not saying all situations are applicable, but sometimes when someone's in a bad mood, you got to think, all right, there's something going on in their world that's putting them in that bad mood.
And no doubt about it, this guy was a complete stranger to Patton Oswalt. He did something really nice for him. Mm-hmm. That's a cool thing.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
At Patton Oswalt, I think you suck.
Yeah, you suck. I was so happy when you died in that other movie.
Right. You're just a big dum-dum.
Yeah. And here's
peep on my page, GoFundMe.com/buy Steve a car.
Yeah, there you go. Right. You can use a car. So how about that, man? So it's the nicest things that strangers have done for them. We're asking you then, how about you? What is the nicest thing a stranger has ever done for you? Or perhaps the nicest thing that you have done for a stranger? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What's the nicest thing a stranger has ever done for you or you have done for a stranger? Calls and texts after Sublime.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Someone on Reddit asked people to name the nicest thing that a stranger has done for them. How about you? What's the nicest thing a stranger has ever done for you or you have done for a stranger? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Damien in Tacoma, you are on the Rock.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Damien. Welcome to the show. What you got for us, buddy?
So, back in my crazy hobo days, I used to hop freight trains and hitchhike.
Really?
Yeah. It was
How old are you?
In my life. 26.
Wow, I didn't know that people were still hopping trains and doing stuff like the old school movies.
I have a buddy that used to do it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right. That's cool.
Doesn't do it anymore, but he did. Yeah.
All right. So when you were hoboing,
back when I was hoboing, I was down in Berkeley and I was crazy, taking acid, and just about anything I could get my hands on, really. And I was just this crazy rager that, I got actually kicked out of Berkeley by the police. They followed me down to the exit. They made me sit there and wait until someone picked me up. They're like, you can't jump on the buses. The way you're acting, you got to sit there. You can't go out on the freeway. That's just too dangerous. So you don't have to wait there, man. That's it.
Right.
Bottom line.
So they just made you wait over there on the street.
Yeah, so I'm waiting. Very, very corner, right by where the exit was.
I'm waiting too, Steve.
And I'm sitting there, and some dude in a BMW pulls up. He's like, dude, what's going on, man? I'm like, well, I just got kicked out of Berkeley. It's like, well, see you right somewhere.
Yeah. That's by the way, I just would like to compliment Rev. Great call screening.
Another fine moment brought to you by the Reverend Enfuego.
Great call screening. That was amazing. Boy, that guy got right to the point. He was compelling, exciting. That's great radio right there.
Well, hopefully, maybe he's still telling the story. He'll get to the bottom of it.
It would be awesome.
It out.
We should check him out in an hour and see if he finally got to the point.
Still got kicked out of Berkeley.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
This one, a couple in front of me at the grocery store paid for my Thanksgiving groceries. Simple, sweet, good gesture.
Somebody actually came up with a cool way to give people money on Reddit without making them feel badly about it. I thought this was actually kind of a cool idea.
Okay.
And a guy said, he said he heard a guy on a bus talking about how broke this dude was. So someone then turned to that broke guy and said, "Hey, dude, you dropped this money on the ground. It was $40." Well, the guy was like, "I never dropped any money on the ground," but didn't make him feel bad about not having money.
Kind of like a wink and a nod.
Yeah, here you go. You dropped this, dude.
Nice.
I kind of like that. I might have to try that. To hey, man, you dropped that, and see what happens.
Yes, I know. For me, and the nice thing I do is I always let my wife have the last kernel of popcorn when we have.
Oh yeah, you're a great guy.
That's to me, that's good husband duties right there.
Yeah.
I know that's probably not something that you would do, but
no, I know. I really should. I think of you, and then I still go, no, this is all mine.
Most recently was the one at Disney World when we were there, and we found out that the park was closing early, and we're like, son of a bitch, we just spent like $1 billion to come to this park, and that's a bummer. We were going to get a park hopper because the Magic Kingdom part was shutting down early for a Christmas party, and we're telling the person, "Oh, can we get that?" And he's like, "Oh, cool. What's going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't know that the park was closing early, and because of this Christmas party, which was more money." And he's just like, "Hey, Mal, do you want tickets to that?" I was like, we ended up not taking them from him, but he offered up free tickets. The guy that worked at Disney World, which I thought was insane,
to that Christmas party,
because he felt bad that we did not know. And I'm sure if we went online, I'm sure that a lot of people had the same mistake. But, we weren't mad or anything. I was just bringing it up just to have a conversation. And we were like, man, that's cool. We're already hell-bent on going to Epcot now. But thank you. That's really nice of you.
Oh, see that? You know what? In the world of Disney, see that? It's a beautiful world.
Not everybody's trying to take your money.
Not everybody.
Yes.
Not that guy. Let's go to Alan in Seattle. Alan, you are on the Rock.
Hey, I'm doing something for somebody today. I just picked up 90 cans of soup, and I'm taking them up to the Coast Guard because they're all without paychecks this couple weeks. So,
Alan, I heard about that actually. Good. Yeah, would you want to give more information? Because I heard there was a food drive for those government employees who don't have gigs, and they have gigs, but they haven't got paychecks. Is there a place that people can go specifically? Because I did hear about that in the news.
Yeah, no, I just heard about the Coast Guard. Just run up to the front gate and just drop stuff off. So I figured I'd do that today on my way home.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. You know, and I was extra. I mean, I try to be nice to the TSA people anyway, but I was super extra kind. I don't know if you know that guy, Steve. I think you know that one guy that listens to our show that's one of the TSA guys.
Oh, I ran into him, I think, the last time. Super nice guy.
Yeah, you know, and I always try to be nice to them because it's a tough job because, you know, if you make a mistake at that job, it could really be costly, you know? So, I mean, and they're not getting paid. And yet I have to tell you, at least at SeaTac, I did not have a problem at all going to where I had to go this past weekend. There was no delay that I experienced. And I kept thinking every time I saw those blue shirts, I'm like, these people aren't getting paid.
Yeah.
And they're still hanging out, still doing whatever. And I know that there's people that are saying they should walk off the job just to force the government to figure stuff out. I just think it's amazing. You know me, dude. I don't know if the company just said, listen, you're going to have to go 2, 3, 4 weeks without money.
Bro, you
I'd
would
be
not
like,
show up.
I wouldn't show up.
No,
there's no way I would, and I'd be very pissy about it too. But they were awesome. Like, nobody seemed like they were in a bad mood, which I was really surprised. I thought
cool.
There'd be some grumbly people. I mean, you're not getting paid.
Right, like someone complains, something like, oh, what are you going to do, dock my pay?
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? The TSA folks at SeaTac, at least all the folks I ran into, are really cool. So I think that's admirable. And, you know, I mean...
I notice your daughter's in the room.
Oh, Sarah.
I can't wait to hear this story.
Oh, hey. No, this is a nice story.
All right.
My friends and I, every year, we used to make sandwiches for the homeless. So one year it was like around, not Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. So we made a bunch of sandwiches. We walked down. It's cold, so we're all bundled up. We're in, you know, gloves, hats, you know, winter jackets and stuff. And this homeless lady comes up to me and my friend and asks if we have an extra pair of gloves. I'm wearing gloves. She's wearing gloves too. I just kind of look at my gloves and say, no. My friend, without hesitation, takes her gloves off and is like, here, you can have mine. I thought it was the nicest thing. Like, I almost like cried. Her name's Megan, and I was like, Megan, that was the nicest thing I've ever like seen anyone ever done. Like, dude, like you just
what a feel-good story. You got to keep your gloves.
Yeah, that's the best part.
I know, and then I kind of feel like an a-hole because my hands are nice and warm, but they're my gloves. Like, I would rather give her money to go get gloves. I don't know. But she, without hesitation, was just like, here.
That's cool.
Took them off her body, was like, you can have mine.
Yeah, I'm with you, Sarah. I would have given her money to go get gloves.
Right. I was
Lady, it's cold out here. I'm not giving them my gloves.
I know, and I love my gloves. I don't know where else I can find them.
I have a question for you guys. It's
a
dilemma that with my wife and I wonder what you guys would do. So, you know, we go to church, and it was a couple years ago. It was right around Christmas time. One of the guys at our church, we're talking. We didn't know him that well, but you know, he's there, and we were all having a potluck, and he was just telling us about how, like, you know, Christmas, he loves buying gifts for everybody, but he's kind of bummed because he's not going to have any gifts for himself under the tree. I was like, that's a real bummer, you know?
Yeah.
So after that potluck, we were going shopping. I'm like, let's get him something. He was a big Seahawks fan, so we go to this team store and we dropped, you know, a good amount of money on a nice Seahawks jacket.
Nice.
I was like, this would be a cool surprise. We got it. I found out what his address was. Packed it up, wrapped it, put it in a box, mailed it off with a card and
this
all that
sounds
stuff,
like a good story.
Because I knew we were going to see him before Christmas because we were going to be at church the next week. So
it's a church dude. Somebody you know went to church.
Right.
This all sounds like a great story.
I still don't know if he got the package. He never thanked us for it.
Oh.
And it's not like I'm mad.
No, he should thank you.
But I just want to know, and I don't know how to. For 2 years, I have not known.
2 years?
He's got
2 Christmases, because it wasn't this Christmas.
And you've seen the guy
before.
since, right?
Every Saturday.
Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah, he's got to say something.
So I don't know if he got it.
Come on.
So you wrote your name, right? On the card.
We wrote mine and my wife's name.
And he never said anything?
No.
Has he ever worn the jacket?
No.
Dude, what if by some weird situation he never got it?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I was thinking.
But it's like that awkward thing. I don't want to be like the guy that's like, hey, did you ever get that Christmas gift? The further we got from that Christmas.
Too much time now.
Now it's you got to chalk it up to a loss.
You know what? I think you need to bring in a professional awkward person. Like a person that makes things awkward. I would ask the question.
Hey, what are you doing this Saturday?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Come down and go, look, I got a question to ask you, okay? And you play the Larry David music behind me, and I'd be like, yeah. What's
my
the
friend
story?
Steve.
Yeah, he gives you a jacket.
A jacket that's over $100.
In the house of God gives you a donation. How do you not say, hey, thank you? What do you mean? That's got to be a sin, right? If you get it and don't thank. On the day of the church Christmas Secret Santa swap, Steve, out of the goodness of his heart, doesn't ask you for anything but a, hey, Did you get the jacket?
I feel like he didn't get it because he would be wearing it.
Right? That's what I was thinking.
He's never. What if he didn't like the jacket?
Well, then tell me.
Oh, see, that might be a thing. He'd be. What if he's a scam artist, dude? And like he got gifts from everybody, and his Christmas was amazing. Oh,
yeah,
brilliant.
Tomorrow I'm gonna look at him and be like, I'm on to you.
Yeah,
I'm on to you, Mr. Gifts at the Tree.
Yeah.
CBJ, I think you should just get the same jacket, go to the church, and be like, "Hey, dude, do you like my jacket?" And maybe that'll trigger something in his mind, like, "Oh, I have the same one."
Unless it was stolen, and he thinks I'm the guy that took it.
True. That's very true. But he would never know.
Oh, I had to chalk it up to a loss.
Oh, yeah, I think you gotta ask. I would ask.
Well, my wife was like, no, you can't ask. And I'm not going to create drama at church.
Oh, that's the best place to create drama because you got the guy that can help you.
It is the best place to create drama.
You got people, professionals who'll work it out under the eyes of God.
No, like church
Where's
drama.
my thank you?
Where's my thank you? Damn it. Yeah. Then the pastor, Steve, I've got a sermon. Actually, I've had a couple of sermons. Apparently, you haven't heard them.
Or because, I play drums. We have the one, usually on one of the songs, it's the prayer song, and then everyone gets quiet. I could grab the microphone and be like, this is God.
Oh, nice.
He wants to know what you do with Steve's jacket.
Be honest, Jimmy. What did you do with the jacket?
I want to be there. Please tell me when you're going to do this. That would be
what
amazing.
If you incorporated it into one of the songs?
What?
It's like, while you're playing the drums, you take lead vocals and go,
yeah.
God loves you, especially the ones that say, thank you for the jackets that you got from Steve.
Oh, Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
What did you do with the jacket?
If you don't want to go to the bad place, thank people for giving you gifts on Christmas.
Maybe it had to have been taken from maybe it was one of those porch pirates.
Oh.
Did the porch pirate take your gift?
So do you think the guy's hating you going, I got to tell you, man, I mean, I pretty much told Steve my Christmas was going to suck. Thought for sure maybe something would happen. Nothing.
No.
Wouldn't you want him to know you at least thought about him?
Yeah. This point's too late.
No, I mean, you should wait a few more Christmases and be like,
the point is not about hey, pat myself on the shoulder kind of a thing. I didn't want to be like that guy. Like,
where does he live? We'll just go. I'll go pay him a visit.
Okay.
Hey, on the day before you go into church, I got a question to ask you. You want to make it to church? Don't give me the answer. Did you take the jacket?
One text says, nicest thing ever done for me. One time at a gas station, I gave a girl a stick of gum, and she was thankful.
That's
it? Yeah, that's a great
I was
story.
very thankful.
Yeah.
Best piece of gum ever.
Okay, thank you. That's
Except Johnny Rubbers is better. Johnny Rubbers is better.
Oh, he must be listening. Good catch.
Thank you.
J-Rubs, don't worry.
Whoops. I'm not a single lady anymore.
Okay, thank you. Don't you have anything else
You're
to do?
welcome.
Like, I don't know, leave the company?
Nope.
All right, a guy called in a bomb threat because, hey, that's always a great thing to do. Why did he call in a bomb? Well, because he didn't want his parents to visit him. So, of course, you call in a bomb threat. I'll tell you all about this genius at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another listener question. How do I rebuild my credit after filing bankruptcy?
You rebuild it, one creditor at a time by making your payments on time on your rent or your mortgage, by continuing to make car payments on a car that you keep during your case. You can also, as I said, you can almost always get a credit card almost immediately after filing bankruptcy. Sometimes it's a secured card, and it'll almost always have a really high interest rate on it. But you can get a small balance credit card and charge a tank of gas or a dinner once a month on that and make the payment, pay it off every month, and that'll help you build a credit history one creditor at a time, and will help you rebuild your credit over time.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
I'm Erin Ryan, political commentator, comedy writer, and host of Crooked Media's Hysteria.
And I'm co-host Alyssa Mastromonaco, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama.
Each week on Hysteria, we are joined by a team of hilariously opinionated ladies to discuss the headlines from the serious to the absurd.
We cover everything from reproductive rights to rom-coms and break down the political news of the week and cultural stories that affect women's lives.
New episodes of Hysteria drop every Thursday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.